Welcome language learners from all around the globe to Listen Up, the podcast that takes you on a captivating voyage through the English language. Whether you've just started your journey or have been navigating the intricacies of English for some time, this podcast is designed to be your trusty compass, guiding you towards fluency and unlocking the wonders of English. I'm your host, Karen, a passionate traveller and an experienced teacher of English as a second language. Join me as we embark on an exciting expedition filled with British history read by a native speaker. Together, we'll conquer the challenges and celebrate the victories of learning English as a foreign language. Each episode of Listen Up will immerse you in a variety of topics, from aspects of British culture, history, and literature. We'll explore useful vocabulary that will empower you to communicate confidently in English. If you want to read along with the podcast, head to my website www.onepawinthesand.com/ESL. The link is in the description. But this podcast isn't just about learning English in isolation. It's about building a community of language learners, supporting one another, and fostering a love of the English language. I encourage you to engage with us through my Patreon page, where you can connect with fellow learners, ask questions, and share your own language journey. So, whether you're sipping tea in Tokyo, walking the streets in Sao Paulo, or studying in a bustling cafe in Berlin, Listen Up is here to accompany you on your quest for English fluency. Join me as we embark on this transformative expedition, where language becomes an adventure and your dreams of effective communication become a reality. Today's episode is called Wormcharming. In the United Kingdom, there are some really special and unusual festivals. One of them is the International Festival of Wormcharming. This festival takes place in a small village called Wollaston in Cheshire, which is in the countryside of the UK. The village is very pretty, with lovely landscapes, cute houses, and big green fields. Every year, the people in this village come together for this special event where they try to charm worms out of the ground. The goal of the festival is to get as many earthworms as possible to come out of the ground in just 30 minutes. The catch is that participants can't hurt the worms. They have to use gentle methods to charm them. They don't use magic wands or fairy dust, though. Instead, they use clever tools like garden forks, spades, and even musical instruments like violins. Some people have secret techniques that have been passed down through their families. During the festival, people compete to see who can charm the most worms. They have a 3-meter square area marked out where they do this. It's not just about winning though, it's also a lot of fun, and people enjoy it together. They work in teams of 3, and they have to coordinate their efforts. One person might play music, while another makes vibrations in the ground, and the third person does something else to charm the worms. It's like a team sport, but with worms. Over the years, people at this festival have done amazing things. The current record for charming worms in just 30 minutes is 567 worms, set by a 10-year-old. Imagine that. There are some rules to follow during the festival, like not digging or using anything that could hurt the worms. Also, if a worm is incomplete, it doesn't count. But the festival is about more than just worms. It brings the whole village together and is fun for families. There are yummy homemade snacks, places to have picnics, and stalls selling crafts and local produce. Kids even have their own competition called the Junior Championship. This festival isn't just for fun, it also helps charities and reminds everyone about taking care of the environment. And guess what? There's another village in Devon called Blackawton that loves worms so much they have their own worm festival. They even have an official cheat who helps people cheat and sells secret worms before the competition. Sounds like they're having a great time too. These worm charming festivals show how the UK has charming and unusual traditions. They prove that even tiny creatures like worms can inspire big celebrations. These events are fantastic examples of how small villages can come together to create something amazing. If you're ever in Cheshire or Devon, you should check out these charming festivals. You'll get to experience the magic of worm charming and enjoy nature and community coming together in a fun and sometimes funny way. And that wraps up another episode of Listen Up. I hope you enjoyed learning about my topic today and practicing your English. Remember, the exploration doesn't have to end here. If you have any lingering questions or want to continue the conversation, I've got some great opportunities for you. First off, I offer private lessons for those of you eager to expand your knowledge further, whether it's practicing today's subject or exploring other topics. I'm here to guide you on your English journey. Reach out to me through my website or social media platforms, and let's embark on a personalised learning experience together. I have been involved with training people for more than 10 years. I've been teaching English as a second language for over a year, in which time I have taught over 500 students, many of whom are regulars. But wait, there's more! If you're a devoted fan of Listen Up and want to show your support, consider joining our Patreon community. Your contribution directly helps us bring you more episodes and maintain the quality of our show. Your support truly means the world to me, and we couldn't continue this podcast without you. So whether you choose private lessons or Patreon, or both, I look forward to staying connected and exploring the fascinating realms of English as a second language together. Thank you once again for joining us on Listen Up. Until next time, keep practicing.